Good morning, friends. Welcome. Glad to have you join me. So Trey is just throwing us out there. Seems like you're leaning heavily on piano lately. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I'm just kind of noodling around, man. So it's because I'm all keyed up. There we go. So let's see here. All right. So just gonna kind of I guess jump in today. I don't know. I had some other things I thought about talking about, but I think I'll just leave that there. So ancient wisdom for modern world. Again, if you have not, if you're unfamiliar with the premise, reading from the book of Proverbs. Good morning, Sue Finelli, and Winston, and Trey Clark, and Flat Earth Ship Bear, and Blue Pill, and oh, by the way, Zero, if you're here, I did get the seeds. That's awesome. Alexandria, Josh. Hey, Josh, welcome, man. Thanks for dropping in. Mark Bloom, and Dawn, informally hip, and all the folks. It's great to have you here this morning. So the idea behind ancient wisdom for a modern world. I just had this time slot that originally was created because Wayne McCroy was joining me every other Sunday morning for Sola Scriptura. He still does in the evenings, but we switched it to the evening when he started going back to church. And I just kept this time slot open for those folks who were already coming. So I'm the creature of habit, I suppose. So I chose the book of Proverbs for those who have not delved into scriptural reading. If they were curious about it, it does seem sometimes to be a little like, what's going on here? And so Wayne and I started at the beginning. So we started looking directly at the Genesis 1, just starting at the beginning. Some people will often say, start at the Gospels, the 4 chapters at the beginning of the New Testament, which tell 4 different versions of the ministry of Jesus on earth. But again, if you're unfamiliar with the concepts and especially sort of the language and the cultural context of the time, I find Proverbs to be a great place to kind of dig in and get a sense of what's going on. And it's so filled with wisdom. And so that's the name of the show here is Ancient Wisdom for a Modern World. And so let's see here. I'm getting all kinds of notices that I might start lagging here. Who knows? Who knows what'll happen? So there are 31 chapters in the book of Proverbs. And so being that some months have 31 days, many have 30, one has 28. But you can read one chapter per day. I recommend doing it first thing in the morning as we are here. Kind of just give you food for the day and food for thought. It is, again, filled with wisdom. Whatever your take on things of a spiritual nature, I think you'll find valuable insights into life, the universe, and everything. So today we'll begin. Today's the 20th. I'll do chapters 19 and 20 from a couple of different translations, and we'll begin with chapter 19. This is from the New King James Version. Better is the poor who walks in his integrity than one who is perverse in his lips and is a fool. Also, it is not good for a soul to be without knowledge, and he who sins hastens with his feet. The foolishness of a man twists his way, and the heart frets against the Lord. Wealth makes many friends, but the poor is separated from his only friend. A false witness will not go unpunished, and he who speaks lies will not escape. Many entreat the favor of nobility, and every man is a friend to the one who gives gifts. But all the brothers of the poor hate him. How much more do his friends go far from him? He may pursue them with words, yet they will abandon him. He who gets wisdom loves his own soul, and he who keeps understanding will find good. A false witness will not go unpunished, and he who speaks lies shall perish. Luxury is not fitting for a fool, much less for a servant to rule over princes. The discretion of a man makes him slow to anger, and his glory is to overlook a transgression. The king's wrath is like the roaring of a lion, but his favor is like dew on the grass. A foolish son is the ruin of his father, and the contentions of a wife are a continual dripping. Houses and riches are an inheritance from fathers, but a prudent wife is from the Lord. Laziness casts one into a deep sleep, and an idle person will suffer hunger. He who keeps the commandment keeps his soul, but he who is careless of his ways will die. He who has pity on the poor lends to the Lord, and he will pay back what he's given. Chasten your son while there is yet hope, and do not set your heart on his destruction. A man of great wealth will suffer punishment, for if you rescue him, you'll have to do it again. Sorry, that's a man of great wrath will suffer punishment. I was like, what? Okay, so now it makes more sense. A man of great wrath, an angry person, will suffer punishment, and if you rescue him, you'll have to do it all over again. Listen to counsel and receive instruction, that you may be wise in your latter days. There are many plans in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the Lord's counsel, that will stand. What is desired in a man is kindness, and a poor man is better than a liar. The fear of the Lord leads to life, and he who has it will abide in satisfaction. He will not be visited by evil. A lazy man buries his hand in the bowl and will not so much as bring it to his mouth again. Strike a scoffer, and the simple will become wary. Rebuke one who has understanding, and he will discern knowledge. He who mistreats his father and chases away his mother is a son who causes shame and brings reproach. Cease listening to instruction, my son, and you will stray from the words of knowledge. A disreputable witness scorns justice, and the mouth of the wicked devours iniquity. Judgments are prepared for scoffers, and beatings for the backs of fools. Wine is a mocker, and strong drink is a brawler, and whoever is led astray by it is not wise. The wrath of a king is like the roaring of a lion. Whoever provokes his anger sins against his own life. It is honorable for a man to stop striving. Any fool can start a quarrel. The lazy man will not plow because of winter. He will beg during harvest and have nothing. Counsel in the heart of a man is like deep water, but a man of understanding will draw it out. Most men will proclaim his own goodness, but who can find a faithful man? The righteous man walks in his integrity, and his children are blessed after him. A king who sits on the throne of judgment scatters all evil with his eyes. Who can say, I have made my heart clean, I'm pure from my sin? Diverse weights and cheating measures, they are both alike an abomination to the Lord. Even a child is known by his deeds, whether what he does is pure and right. The hearing ear and the seeing eye, the Lord has made them both. Do not love sleep, lest you come to poverty. Open your eyes, and you will be satisfied with bread. It is good for nothing, cries the buyer, but when he's gone his way, then he boasts. There is gold and a multitude of rubies, but the lips of knowledge are a precious jewel. Take the garment of one who is surety for a stranger, and hold it as a pledge for when it is a seductress. Bread gained by deceit is sweet to a man, but afterwards his mouth will be full of gravel. Plans are established by wise counsel, and good judgment wages a winning war. He who goes about as a talebearer reveals secrets. Therefore, do not associate with one who flatters with his lips. Whoever curses his father or his mother, his lamp will be put out in deep darkness. An inheritance gained hastily at the beginning will not be blessed at the end. Do not say, I will recompense evil. Wait for the Lord, and he will save you. Diverse weights are an abomination to the Lord, and dishonest scales are not good. A man's steps are of the Lord. How then can a man understand his own way? It is a snare for a man to devote rashly something as holy, and afterwards to reconsider his vows. A wise man sifts out the wicked and brings the threshing wheel over them. The spirit of a man is the lamp of the Lord, searching all the inner depths of his heart. Mercy and truth will preserve the king, and by loving kindness he upholds his throne. The glory of young men is their strength, and the splendor of old men is their gray head. Blows that hurt cleanse away evil, as do stripes the inner depths of the heart. It's Proverbs 19 and 20 from the New King James Version. Fascinating stuff there. Again, this is, I love Proverbs. It has been so meaningful and helpful to me throughout my life, and especially as I get older, that little bit there at the end, that the glory of young men is their strength, and that of the prestige of old age is the gray head, or better understanding. My wife and I always say that, it's so upside down, right? When you're young, you have all this energy and you're so passionate about things, and you think you know everything, right? But you have no wisdom. And when you get older and wiser, you have a better approach, but you're just like, leave it to the kids. It certainly is fascinating the way that we walk this journey of life. If you don't mind, I'll like to just hit those guys again. This time I'll do it from the Message, which is more of, again, of a paraphrase than a transliteration. So this is a paraphrase, again, of those two things, a much more modern language. And I think that you will, again, find hopefully some value here, as I have. It's better to be poor and honest than a rich person that no one can trust. Ignorant zeal is worthless, and haste makes waste. People ruin their lives by their own stupidity. So why does God always get blamed? Wealth attracts many friends as honey draws flies, but poor people are avoided like the plague. Perjury won't go unpunished. Would you let a liar go free? Well, lots of people flock around a generous person. Everyone's a friend to the philanthropist. When you're down on your luck, even your family avoids you. Yes, even your best friends wish you'd get lost. If they see you coming, they look the other way. Out of sight, out of mind. Grow a wise heart, and you'll do yourself a favor. Keep a clear head, and you'll find a good life. The person who lies gets caught, and the person who spreads rumors is ruined. Blockheads shouldn't live on Easy Street any more than workers should give orders to their boss. Smart people know how to hold their tongue. Their grandeur is to forgive and forget. Mean-tempered leaders are like mad dogs. The good-natured are like a fresh morning dew. A parent is worn to a frazzle by a stupid child, and a nagging spouse is like a leaky faucet. House and land as an inheritance are passed down from the parents, but a congenial spouse comes straight from God. Life collapses on loafers, and lazy bones will go hungry. Keep the rules, and you will keep your life. Careless living kills. Mercy to the needy is a loan straight to God, and God will pay back those loans in full. Discipline your children while you still have the chance. Indulging them will destroy them. Let angry people endure the backlash of their own anger. If you try to make it better, you'll only make it worse. Take good counsel and accept correction. That's the way to live wisely and well. We humans keep brainstorming options and plans, but God's purpose prevails. It's only human to want to make a buck, but it's better to be poor than a liar. Fear of God is life itself, a full life and serene, no nasty surprises. Some people dig a fork into the pie, but they're so lazy they won't even bring it to their mouth. Punish the insolent and make an example of them. Who knows, somebody might learn a good lesson. Kids who lash out against their parents are an embarrassment and a disgrace. If you quit listening, dear child, and strike off on your own, you'll soon be out of your depth. An unprincipled witness desecrates justice, but the mouths of the wicked spew malice. The irreverent have to learn reverence the hard way. Only a slap in the face brings fools to attention. Wine makes you mean. Beer makes you quarrelsome. A staggering drunk is not much fun. Quick-tempered leaders are like mad dogs. Cross them, and they'll bite your head off. It's a mark of good character to avert quarrels, but fools love to pick fights. A farmer too lazy to plant in the spring has nothing to harvest in the fall. Knowing what is right is like deep water in the heart, and a wise person can draw from the well within. Lots of people claim to be loyal and loving, but where on earth can you find one? People who are loyal to God live honest lives, and they make it much easier for their children. Leaders who know their business and care keep a sharp eye out for the shoddy and the cheap, for who among us can be trusted to always be diligent and honest? Switching price tags and padding the expense account, those are two things God hates. Young people eventually reveal by their actions if their motives are on the up and up. Ears that hear and eyes that see, we get our basic equipment straight from God. Don't be too fond of sleep. You'll end up in the poorhouse. Wake up and get up. There'll be food on the table. The shopper says, "That's worthless junk. I'll take it off your hands," and then goes boasting of the bargain. Drinking from the beautiful chalice of knowledge is better than adorning oneself with gold and rare gems. Hold on tight to collateral on any loan to a stranger, and beware of accepting what a transient has pawned. Stolen bread tastes sweet, but soon your mouth is full of gravel. Form your purpose by asking for counsel, and then carry it out using all the help you can get. Gossips can't keep secrets, so never confide in blabbermouths. Anyone who curses their father and their mother extinguishes light and exists benighted. A bonanza at the beginning is no guarantee of success in the end. Don't ever say, "I'll get you for that. I need revenge." Wait for God. He's sure to settle the score. God hates cheating in the marketplace, and rigged scales are an outrage. The very steps we take come from God. Otherwise, how would we know where we're going? An impulsive vow is a trap. Later, you'll wish you could get out of it. After careful scrutiny, a wise leader makes a clean sweep of rebels and dolts. God is in charge of human life, watching and examining us inside and out. Love and truth from a good leader, or rather, love and truth form a good leader. Sound leadership is founded on loving integrity. Youth may be admired for vigor, but gray hair gives prestige to the old age. And a good thrashing purges evil. Punishment goes deep within us. Again, that's Proverbs 19 and 20 from the Message. There's such good stuff in there. Again, as always, some of the ones that I think are perhaps the more difficult lessons to learn, and yet the most valuable, are those about withholding anger and not getting caught in the trap of back and forth and all the little drama, right? As it says, any fool can start an argument. It's easy to do. All you got to do is just mouth off, make silly accusations. It's not helpful, but it is the sign of wisdom to overlook an offense. And even with the desire for revenge, I have learned it's so much better to let Dad have that, because the plans that I have and could execute either would not be nearly as good or would get me into further trouble. But when I watch, I have seen so often people ensnared by their own traps. They get what's coming. Sometimes it seems not in this life, but I trust Dad to take care of those things, and He's promised that vengeance is mine, says the Lord. He's got it covered, and I don't have to worry. Mostly I have to worry about guiding my own steps carefully. And especially since beginning doing these streams, people ask a lot for advice or my perspective on things, and I'm very cautious. I do not. I'm very reticent to take any sort of position as a teacher or anything like that. Although, again, if I point to anything, I just say, "Hey, go ask Dad." But it comes with a certain, I think, responsibility to at least, again, be wise, to be cautious with the things that I say. When I offer speculation or hypothesis on things, I usually quick to point out that it is just that. That I only will state what I can prove, or very clearly point out that it's just my view on things. Beyond that, I advise everyone, go straight to Dad, ask him. And I don't think you can ever go wrong with asking the Creator of all things to guide you. It's the best advice I can give, and the best place I know to get advice is going straight to the Creator. To me, there is no better place than simply sitting at the feet of the author of love and just soaking it in. It took me forever, it seems, to learn even how to receive love well, because I was convinced through most of my life that no one would ever really love me. I just didn't deserve it. And so it took a good deal of understanding and lots of time, again, spent at the feet of Dad, to accept that as hard as I was on myself, someone so amazing truly loved me. And it was just a weird thing for me when Dad says, "You're beautiful." I just thought, wow, what are you talking about? That can't be. I know what I am. And he really had to work with me and said, "Please stop being mean to my beautiful creation. If you won't do it for you, please do it for me." And I think that was kind of the dividing line where I began to take better care of myself. It's not ego or arrogance. It's just care. To take care of yourself. But then when you learn to receive love, it's suddenly much easier and more valuable to give it away to others. And to see their reaction to being genuinely cared about when you are expecting nothing in return. There's something amazing in that transaction. I can't quite explain it, but I do highly recommend it for those who are unfamiliar with the simple joy of giving without expectation in return. When the person cannot possibly pay you back. Just something beautiful in that. So, that is what I have for you this morning. Just, again, a little bit of wisdom from the ancient book of Proverbs. Hope to see you back this evening at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, at 7 Central, UTC -7. I got a special guest for you this evening on Sola Scriptura, as we take a look at a variety of things. So again, Sola Scriptura, this very same channel this evening, 5 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, UTC -7, as we explore a little bit more of this amazing Creator, the very author and the very definition of love itself. Whatever you may have heard or been told about some angry, jealous, psychotic demiurge, my experience says that's a lie. I have never known the Creator to ever be anything but love. Sometimes firm, and sometimes we don't like the outcome. Things sometimes seem unfair. But my experience is you can trust. You can trust him. He's more than fair. He's perfect. And remember, it's not all about us. Hope you have a lovely day. I'll see you again this evening. Thanks for coming in.